Welcome, y'all.
Thank you for saying y'all and not
hard.
you guys. Yeah, but you're originally, by the way, y'all, this is Sandra. She's been on the show before. She's a teacher, so you can correct my grammar while we're.
I will.
I know. I know. I cannot speak German, though, so, you know.
Okay, that's all right.
I mean, you could, I could tell the story like 3 or 4 sentences, and then you could say it in German.
We could do that.
So, how have you been?
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hurricane worked out for y'all?
Yeah, we were one of the lucky few who didn't lose power.
Oh, nice.
But, more trees and more. I can like totally see into my neighbor's yard now because all the trees have come down.
Dang.
So
that sucks.
Yeah, good thing we're related.
Are they sunbathing nude by the pool?
No. Thank goodness. I had an old roommate that did that once. And,
oh, my.
No, thanks. And you, Storm, everything okay?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Right. Yeah. So, guys, I just want to say at the beginning, we have a new Patreon member, Shannon. Thank you, Shannon. I believe she is a friend of Sherry's. So we appreciate you. If you'd like to be like Shannon and become a Patreon member, go to patreon.com/grits and help support the show. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to hear it.
Yes. So we're going to be in 2006 for this story.
Okay.
So I have some tidbits about that year. Bananas were 59 cents a pound.
Okay.
A gallon of milk it's whole milk now, not the skim milk.
Okay.
Whole milk was $3 a gallon. And a gallon of gasoline was also $3.
All right.
Now,
not that different, is it?
No, I mean, I feel like gas here right now is a little bit cheaper than that. So I don't know where the government takes these averages from, but I'm sure gas is way higher in like California or something.
Oh, yeah. Washington is over $5.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, the number one movie in 2006, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest.
Which part was that?
I don't know. I love those movies, but at some point they jumped the shark for me.
Yeah, me too.
But number 2 was Cars, the Disney cartoon movie. Some of the big songs in 2006, Danny California by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Oh. Sexy Back by Justin Timberlake, and Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood. Oh. I like that song.
I do too.
I like Sexy Back too by Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
I'm bringing Sexy Back.
Yeah.
Okay, Chelsea C suggested this story, and she keeps me busy with all of her suggestions. Appreciate all right, you, Chelsea. So we're going to Hewitt, Texas, which is a suburb of Waco.
Okay.
It's known for its safe neighborhoods and highly rated public schools. Man, she's already figuring out what's going on. This is like
they had the perfect marriage.
Yes.
Until they didn't.
They've never seen crime like this in Hewitt until they didn't. Okay, Hewitt is a very religious, very predominantly Baptist community. Baylor University is located there in Waco. And I had to look it up. I did not know that. Well, I knew they were a private school, a private college, but I didn't know they were predominantly Baptist.
I didn't either.
So that just kind of sets the scene for the area. We're going to April 7th, 2006. And if y'all, we have a lot of people doing a lot of life things around. So if you hear lawnmowers or beeping, there's all kinds of things going on outside right now. Okay, April 7th, 2006. Matt Baker called 911 and said, I think my wife has committed suicide. He told the dispatcher that Kari, that's his wife, was lying on the bed and she was cold. Her lips were blue and Matt couldn't find a pulse. So police and paramedics go to the scene. While being questioned about the whole thing, Matt recounted the evening. He said around 11 p.m., Kari asked him to go rent a movie. I feel like that's a little late to be going to rent a movie. When he returned home, he found Kari. Matt said he moved Kari to the floor in order to give her CPR. Why can't you give her CPR on the bed?
You're not supposed to move somebody.
So he was desperately trying to save Kari. On the nightstand next to the bed were empty wine cooler bottles, pill bottles, and a suicide note. Yeah.
Okay.
Matt said his wife had been seeing a counselor and had talked about suicide. So let me give you a little background on them.
Okay.
According to friends and family, Kari was sweet, kind, fun. Kari and Matt met when she was about 19 and Matt was 26.
Okay.
Within 3 months of meeting, they were married.
Oh, too fast.
Too fast, yeah. Friends say they were the perfect couple. You were foreshadowing there.
That's right.
So
unique.
Yes, I know. I can't believe it. They were the perfect couple. He was a preacher at the Crossroads Baptist Church. They had 3 daughters. The first baby was Kenzie. Then came Cassidy. Do you see a trend here?
Yeah.
Kari, Kenzie, Cassidy. And then finally they had little baby Grace.
Okay. Now, am I jumping the gun by asking you how old the kids were and if they were home and all that stuff?
We're going to get there.
Okay.
Yep. So Cassidy, the middle daughter, actually passed away when she was 2 years old. She had a brain tumor. And of course, Kari was sad, but she still had 2 kids to look after. So she just pulled herself up by her bootstraps and kept on going. At this point in time, during the marriage, Kari's 31 and Matt's 38.
When Caitlin died or when Kari died?
When Kari died.
Okay.
So after inspecting the scene, the Hewitt Police Department made a call to the Justice of the Peace. I'm about to tell you some weird shit about the Justice of the Peace that I did not know.
Okay.
In this particular county, the role of Justice of the Peace was kind of like a medical examiner in a big city. The bodies are turned over to the Justice of the Peace's office. The JOP is not a lawyer, is not a doctor, is not a police officer. He's just a regular person that the community elected. To this position. But it sounds, like he has decision-making authority about the situation. And I feel like he should at least be a medical examiner. Okay, but anyway, so apparently this is common all over the South. I've heard of a Justice of the Peace, but I thought they were more like for marrying people and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know the coroner in Louisiana does something they don't do in Washington, and then we were surprised how many could not have a medical degree and be a coroner. Everywhere, not just...
Are you serious? I did not know that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, the police and the Justice of the Peace didn't labor over the decision. Kari's death was a suicide. Done and done. The case was closed quickly. Wow. An autopsy was not performed.
Uh-oh.
After Kari's death, Matt's congregation obviously were devastated. He's the pastor or the preacher. She's the wife. She was very supportive of him in the church. His church family considered the fact that Matt had already lost a daughter and now he's lost his wife. Kari died on a Saturday and the funeral was held on Monday. Matt wanted the funeral to happen as quickly as possible. That's sus to me. Mm-hmm. Seriously.
Yeah, you need to give people time to get in town and
yeah,
everything. That's
Saturday to Monday. That's pretty. I don't know. I just think that's a week after she died, he was back preaching again. Okay. I feel like that's a little bit quick for grieving, but everybody grieves
differently. But that is quick.
So the congregation was happy to have him back, and everyone rallied around Matt. They wanted to take care of him and his daughters, Kenzie and Grace. Okay. Like, you know how it is in the South, where if somebody dies, you're bringing casseroles to them. You're doing all the things. You're sending them sympathy cards and doing all that. So that's what his church family wanted to do. All right, so everything's all fine and good for Matt, but Kari's family did not believe she had committed suicide. Of course, they say Kari was devastated when her daughter died, but she still kept going. Kari's family said that there was no way that she would commit suicide and leave her girls. Friends and family agreed that every year during the anniversary of her daughter's death, she was sad, she would get depressed, but she didn't stop her life. She kept going. So
why now?
Right.
Yeah.
What has happened that has put you over the edge? Mm-hmm. A couple weeks after Kari's death, her parents, the Doolins, went back to the police. They were like, can you do an autopsy? Can you talk to Matt again? Can you do something? But like I said earlier, it was open shut case for them. It was ruled a suicide. So it wasn't even undetermined or homicide. Like that was it. Once you get that, suicide, I don't want to say ruling. Once you get what's the word?
Decision.
Yeah, the decision of it being a suicide, they don't really do anything else.
And with Matt being her husband, he probably had all the legal say in whether there was an autopsy and all that.
Yes. Okay. And he was a respected Baptist preacher in town. Right. Why would they accuse him of anything? In the South, preachers are treated like VIPs.
Like coaches.
When they go around town, free food, free, everything. So they can do no wrong. So that was part of it too. So Kari's parents decided to hire outside help.
Oh, all right.
They hired attorney Bill Johnston. Linda, Kari's mom, went to Bill and asked him, "Can you help us? I've seen some red flags after her death." Like, for example, the girls, her granddaughters, were saying there aren't any more pictures of mommy in the house. They'd all been taken down. Yeah, when Linda asked Matt about this is what he said. The girls need a new mom and they're ready to move on.
Oh my God.
Kenzie was 9 and Grace was 6. What kid at that age is not wanting their mom?
Yeah. And they're not going to be that welcoming right away to somebody new.
No. You shouldn't even be anyway. Another red flag. Matt and Kari were on her parents' phone bill. I was like, y'all grown. Why your parents paying your bills?
But it might come in handy right now.
Well, the Doolins got the bill after Kari's death. There was a lot of phone calls made from Kari's phone. She's not obviously calling from the grave. So Kari's parents confronted Matt again about all this activity on her phone. And he said he had given the phone to a member of his church that he was counseling.
A new mom coming in picture.
Okay. So the church member he had given the phone to was Vanessa Bulls. Matt told the Doolins that she was going through a divorce. And the Doolins were kind of like, maybe something else is going on here. I mean, I love her parents because whenever they find something, they go confront him about it. They're not pussyfooting around this whole thing. All right. So Bill, remember, he's the attorney that the Doolins hired.
Okay.
His first task was to do their own investigation. The problem was they didn't have access to the police files, photos, interview notes, nothing. And I'm thinking that's because it was ruled a suicide.
Yeah.
So it's case closed. So, and it's also an uphill battle when you bring in a private attorney or an investigator to go against the police. You're getting a lot of flack back from that. So Bill's idea was, we're going to sue Matt Baker for wrongful death. And that allowed them to get access to all.
Oh, what a smart move.
Yes. I see why they hired him.
Yeah. Comes why they recommended.
Yeah. Bill, after this, Bill brought in a Texas Ranger. His name is also Matt, so I'm just going to call him the Texas Ranger so we do not confuse the Matts during the rest of the story.
I confuse easily.
Can we call him Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris, the Texas Ranger? Yeah. Yeah, we can.
We
Harold on the camera switch.
Never interject, but...
Yeah,
right. I knew you wouldn't stay quiet.
Texas Ranger, Chuck Norris.
Okay.
We'll call this episode Chuck Norris in the House.
Yeah.
Okay, let me make a note here. All right, Chuck Norris.
Okay.
His job is to basically get the law enforcement to help with the case.
Okay.
And that wasn't going to be an easy task to get them to help, but he's trying. So 6 weeks have passed at this point since Kari died. The Chuck Norris, Texas Ranger, the Doolins, now they're all starting to review the case file because they have it. Right off the bat, they only took 10 photographs at the scene. 10. There should have been
a lot more.
A whole lot more. From those 10 pictures, it kind of looked like a Hollywood movie scene because and I saw this picture, on the nightstand, there was like a pill bottle with 2 pills sitting right beside it.
She forgot those 2.
I mean, like, how are you going to take, a whole bottle and just
decide, those are too much.
Yeah.
Those might make it hurt.
I'll take 29, but not 30. So also some empty wine cooler bottles were on the nightstand and the suicide note.
So that was my
what
first question was, how far away is this video store that she had time to sit and drink 2 wine coolers, have some pills, die, turn blue? I mean, did he go like 3 states over to get a video? Or
he told the authorities he was only gone for about 45 minutes. Okay. So that's sus too. Yeah. Like, I don't want to badmouth the police, but I think in this town of Hewitt, they really fucked this one up.
Yeah.
Like, they put her in the ground before they did it.
Before anything, yeah.
They didn't, I mean, there was so many weird things but he was a pastor. They're not, Okay. The suicide note was typed, not signed. She also misspelled a word, which she's a teacher. So they're like, she would not have.
We don't do that.
Well, she
put. We can avoid it.
She put T-O instead of T-O-O.
Oh, yeah, no.
And that's a simple.
That's a rookie mistake. You get mocked by other teachers for that kind of stuff.
Exactly. The suicide note also praised Matt and placed blame on Kari. So the plot thickens.
Yeah.
So Bill's team, he added a crime scene analyst to the team to go through the files. He looked at the photos and he said things didn't match with Matt's timeline. Kari had substantial lividity. Okay. Do I need to give the definition, do you think? No?
Maybe.
So lividity is where after they die, a person's blood pulls, like the gravity is pulling the blood down. And it takes time.
Yeah.
So the lividity that was showing in the photographs was would have likely taken 2 to 3 hours.
Not 45 minutes.
Not 45 minutes.
Hell yeah. How did the police miss that? That's sloppy.
I'm thinking 101, but it's a small suburb. Maybe they don't have experience. I don't know. And the justice of the peace isn't any kind of medical professional. Yeah. So, okay. The team also brought in a medical expert regarding the sleeping pills, because it was like, can you die from 29 sleeping pills? How long does it take for 29 sleeping pills to take effect? Blah, blah, blah. Well, it is possible for you to take 29 sleeping pills and die, but it would take quite a while, because you would have to go into the like drowsy phase and then the sleeping phase and then like unconscious. You're not breathing anymore. So it would not, 45 minutes.
In 45 minutes.
No, it would not happen. So word got around town. You know how small towns are. That Kari's death was being investigated, and someone came forward with some info.
Oh, is it Vanessa?
Not yet.
Oh, whoops. I was just trying to give her credit for being a decent person.
So prior to Kari's funeral service, another preacher at the church was flipping through her Bible. And someone whose husband is a pastor, you're writing in your Bible, you're putting sticky notes, you're highlighting. So she had written something. Now, this is just a few days before her quote unquote suicide. It was dated April 2nd. This is what she wrote. Okay. Peace. Lord, grant me peace. Calm my soul. I feel like I have so much worry and I can't get a hold on it. Lord, be the center of our relationship. Lord, I am asking for you to protect me from harm. I am not sure what is going on with Matt, but Lord, help me find peace with him.
Oh, that's pretty. I mean, having the harm in there and his name.
That's damning.
Yes.
But it's circumstantial again. Yep. So after the other preacher came forward and told the police or whoever, the investigation team, about this, Kari's therapist came forward and said that Matt was having an affair. Kari had told her that.
Okay.
So we have a little more motive now, right?
Yes. Was the Bible, was it hers? Had she signed it, or he just knew her handwriting?
It was absolutely her Bible. I do not know that her name was written in it, but there was no doubt for whatever reason.
Okay.
Maybe the preacher saw her with it.
Yeah.
Every Sunday and Wednesday at the church. I don't know.
Okay.
But thank you for asking.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Ask any more questions I don't know the answer to. All right. Remember the phone that Matt gave to Vanessa?
Yeah. Okay.
How can we forget that? After Kari died, Matt called Vanessa on this phone as many as 17 times a day.
Wow.
A day. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't even call like my BFF 17 times a day.
No, I don't talk to my husband that many times.
Yeah, no. Harold, I don't call Harold ever. He knows it. He knows if I call, there's probably the FBI's at the house. Yeah. All right. So shit's getting worse for Matt, right?
Yeah, good.
So
I don't like Matt.
I don't either. Vanessa was called in for questioning.
Okay.
Now, she's obviously involved in the church because Matt's counseling her. But Vanessa's dad was the music minister at the church.
Okay.
They're all in. Vanessa told the authorities that Matt said that Kari had attempted suicide in the past. And I think that she said I think Matt had told her he was filing for divorce or something like that. So she knew he was married, but she was just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll get more into that.
Okay.
But when she said that Matt told her that Kari had attempted suicide in the past, I wrote, was Vanessa part of the murder? Like, I'm thinking she's somehow involved in this shit.
Yeah.
So according to Vanessa, she and Matt had no relationship before Kari's death. But about 6 weeks after, again, too soon.
And when did the phone calls that remember her parents got the phone bill?
Oh,
wasn't that before that?
No. So Kari, once Kari died, he gave her that phone. He gave Vanessa that phone. So there wasn't any record of them calling before that.
But I mean, was it 6 weeks later?
6 weeks after she died.
She gave her the phone.
No. He gave her the phone like
right away.
A few days.
That's what I'm saying. That suggests maybe they hooked up a little sooner than 6 weeks.
Like, I mean, the funeral was Monday, and I think he gave her the phone like Wednesday.
Okay.
For real. Like, what the shit? So, like I said, according to Vanessa, while she's talking to the investigators, they didn't have a relationship before Kari died. About 6 weeks after Kari died, Matt approached Vanessa and asked if they could start dating.
Okay.
This is what Vanessa's saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Vanessa said Matt really wasn't her type, but she agreed to go out with him. She said she felt sorry for Matt. Girl, you don't have to go out with somebody just because you feel so. I think that's a better reason not to go out with them.
But I hope they told him that. Hey, she only went out with you because she felt sorry for you.
Yeah. I'm sure it all came out eventually.
I would hope
So, I mean, the investigators found her to be cooperative, pleasant. You know, she wasn't combative. So that was just that was the end of the interview.
And she's not really suspecting him either at this point, probably.
They didn't go into that in the interview. So let's talk about Matt. Let's get to the main man.
Okay.
Preacher man, Matt. He got subpoenaed for a deposition. They said, when you come in for your deposition, you need to bring your computer and your printer. I think they're looking for, does this match the suicide note?
Yeah. And your own Bible to swear on, by the way.
Yeah, no. That shit might catch on fire if he's swearing on the Bible. So during the deposition, they asked, like, Matt, did you bring your computer? He goes, I threw it away. It was broke. Did you bring your printer? Nope.
It broke too.
Don't have it.
Very suspicious.
So
you can't believe that they would go, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I guess we're done then.
So I'm going to tell you a little, kind of go off the path a little bit from his deposition.
Okay.
He, in addition to being the pastor at his church, he had another job. He worked at the Waco Center for Youth. He was their chaplain.
Okay.
The investigators went to look at his computer.
There.
But it had been stolen, conveniently.
Wow.
This piece of shit. But guess what? The Waco Center for Youth had a server.
Oh, network?
They were able to recover all of Matt's history on his work computer.
Perfect?
I'm just getting giddy as I'm doing the research on this stuff. It's like, yeah, get him. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm calling them the team now because there's Bill, there's a medical guy, there's a Chuck Norris, Texas Ranger. Didn't they say it like that on the show? Chuck Norris, Texas Ranger. Oh, no, he
Walker.
had. Oh,
well, that was
Walker,
That's
Texas.
Right.
But Chuck Norris played Walker, Texas Ranger. Okay. So you want to guess what he had on his computer?
Searching for, some kind of suicide thing. What kind of sleeping pill or how many?
Correct.
Okay.
He was searching information on how to overdose on sleeping pills. He also had a bunch of porn on his work computer.
A preacher?
Yeah, he a preacher, and that's his work computer at the youth center.
Oh my God.
What the actual fuck? Yeah. Finally, the IT expert added to the team of all these people found where Matt had ordered Ambien from an offshore pharmacy.
Oh.
Is that even a thing? I didn't know that was a thing. An offshore pharmacy?
I believe it is.
You just call them up and be like, hey, I need some Prozac. Send it to me.
Yeah, because one time somebody had hacked my ID and I got a letter in the mail that said some Xanax or something for me had been confiscated by Homeland Security.
Oh my God.
I needed to fly to New York for my hearing, and I'm like, what the hell?
Jesus.
Fortunately, it worked out and I didn't have to go to New York.
Oh, well, that's
That was scary.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah.
So have you ever taken Ambien?
Yeah, like 2 times. I could not deal with it.
What did it do to you?
Well, it's kind of funny. The first time I took it, it changed my taste buds. So I was drinking my water.
So you had COVID, really?
Yeah. Well, no, it tasted like, so I told my husband came in. I'm like, did you contaminate the water? What? And this tastes horrible.
Did you put Ambien in my water? Is that where the offshore pharmacy thing happened? So then you took it another time.
So I took it one more time, but I would not remember things that happened in the morning. And it's they use it kind of like the date rape drug. So I was like, no, thanks. I don't need that anymore.
But that was years ago. Like, I don't think they knew it was a date rape. You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying that's the effect that it had.
Yes.
Anything could happen and I would not remember.
So I took it and I ripped the thermostat off the wall one night. I also had like my face cleanser. I squeezed a bunch into a cup and put it in the refrigerator one night. And then finally, I woke up getting into bed with a tablespoon of sugar. Like I'm holding the spoon of sugar. And
were you there?
Yeah. So after the third, I was like, okay, fool me once. Okay. Yeah, I stopped. I was like, no, I can't. I'll be one of those people who go off driving and wreck and kill somebody. All right. Back to the story.
Okay.
They have a ton of circumstantial evidence.
Right.
They need an autopsy. They need to find out if there's Ambien in Kari's body. So Chuck Norris went to the Hewitt police chief and asked for help with the exhumation. The police chief asked Chuck Norris, "Are you working with us? Or are you working with Bill Johnston?" Chuck Norris replied, "I'm working for the dead lady, and that's who you should be working for, too."
Oh, good. I thought you were going to say he said, "I'm working for the truth," which is...
Yeah. Same thing. I really, again, here's another person who's like her parents. They see something wrong. They're saying something. They're stepping up, you know. They're not just... the Texas Rangers are badasses. Everybody knows about the Texas Rangers. So, all right. Now we are at 3 months after her death. Her body was exhumed.
Yay.
They went through a whole lot of... she had been embalmed, obviously. There was all kinds of... But they were able to find Ambien present in her muscle tissue.
Wow.
So jackpot, right? She didn't have a prescription for Ambien, but Matt had bought it.
Had ordered it.
Yes. Okay. So it ain't looking good for Preacher Man Matt.
No, walls are closing in.
Yes. But the amount of time this took, because now we're at 18 months.
Wow.
After her death.
We just jumped from 3 months to 18.
18 months. Cow. The wheels of justice move slow.
Oh, yes.
So remember, her death was ruled as a suicide. Mm-hmm. The next hurdle was getting that changed.
Okay.
So they found a judge who would change it to an undetermined death.
All right.
So, okay, it's not suicide. It's not homicide, but we're in that gray area.
But it opens it up for
exactly, more. Okay, exactly. September 21st, 2007, an arrest warrant was issued for Matt. Chuck Norris and the Hewitt Police Department arrested him. Go to to jail, directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Okay, the murder trial against Matt started January 13th, 2010.
Another 3 years.
Yes.
That blows my mind all the time when that happens.
Yes. And think about this, if her parents had not pressed the issue and think about all the money her parents spent, attorney, medical expert, crime scene expert, IT. They're not doing that shit for free. Walker, Texas Ranger. I mean, they're not doing that shit for free. So January 13th, 2010, Vanessa Bulls was called to testify at Matt's trial. Now, what I kind of skipped over was in all this time, they had been calling Vanessa back in and interviewing her more and getting little bits and pieces.
And had they continued to date?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I have it in here somewhere. A few months after Kari died and they were dating a few months, she tried to break up with him. Okay. And he was like, I killed my wife for you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, now you want to break up with me? Yeah. But I'm probably going to say that again in a minute.
Okay.
So the murder trial started. Vanessa admitted that she and Matt had a sexual relationship before Kari died.
Uh-oh.
And it's been going on for a while. She told the jury how Matt was counseling her at her home. And he held her hands to pray. And then he kissed her.
Just went from there.
And then he took her hand and led her to the bedroom.
It was divine, really.
Jesus intervened.
Yes.
So, just a side note. I'm seeing Matt during the trial. Mm-hmm. Old Matt's looking rough.
Like, I have a mental image of Matt in my head, and it is not attractive.
He's got, like, double bags under his eyes. I mean, he is looking rough. All right, so back to Vanessa. She's saying that Matt told Vanessa this was before Kari died, he wanted to find a way to get out of his marriage. And he talked about, these are some of his ideas: tampering with the brakes on Kari's car, a drive-by shooting.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, making it look like she hung herself. And Vanessa was like, Matt, why don't you just get a divorce?
Yeah.
And he goes, because I'm a preacher and I'd never be able to preach again if I got a divorce. Bruh. So not being able to preach again is worse
more than a human life.
Than murdering your wife?
Apparently.
What the fuck?
I always wonder, though, when you're the woman, like, hey, maybe you shouldn't keep dating this guy. Mm-hmm. What if he gets tired of you? And look in his heart, he's a murderer.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Okay, so the Wednesday after Kari died, Matt talked to Vanessa and told her about how Kari's death went down.
Okay.
So here's her side of what Matt said happened.
So that was the Wednesday after. So this is years later. She said nothing.
She has said nothing. Okay. I feel like that makes her culpable in the whole thing. But, and I don't remember if I have this in my, she did testify and make a deal.
Okay.
So,
of course.
All right. So we know he used the Ambien. Matt handcuffed Kari to the bed in a like sexy, let's do this weird fucking cuff me and,
Yeah.
And he started kissing her until she fell asleep. So he had taken the pill.
So he'd already given her Ambien, or he was just that bad at kiss her? She fell asleep.
Oh, okay, Matt. So what he did was he gave her the pills and told her, these are sexual stimulant pills. Oh. You take the pills. So she did. And he gave her some wine coolers and he cuffed her to the bed. It was getting all romantic in there. And once she was asleep, Matt told Vanessa he kissed Kari on the head and said, give Cassidy a kiss for me. That's the daughter that died.
Right.
Then he got a pillow and suffocated her.
Oh.
She couldn't even fight back.
No. Like, I'm so naive. I'm not naive, but I'm still thinking, and then he shoved the rest of the pills down her throat?
No.
Like he must have told the truth about that part.
Think about it. If she suspected her husband was having an affair.
Why did she? Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's like, let's have sexy time.
Yeah.
She was probably like, okay, this is my chance.
Make it work.
We're going to get this shit right. If he wants me to take some female Viagra, I will.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Especially if she's that religious too. Because probably really believes the marriage should work.
Yes, absolutely. She was. So in July of 2006, that's 3 months after Kari died, Vanessa tried to break up with Matt, and he said, I killed my wife for you, and now you want to break up. So he's a piece of shit.
Yes, indeed.
The jury deliberated 7.5 hours. I say this all the time. Why did it take so long?
Yeah.
But anyway, they returned a verdict of guilty.
Okay.
Matt was given 65 years in prison. I do not understand how you can kill someone and only, especially in Texas.
Yeah.
Because we've said before, Texas will kill you back. They don't give a fuck. They will kill you back. And he only got, probably because he was a preacher. My bet.
I mean, we watched a true crime not that long ago in Texas, and it was like almost as premeditated as that. And they gave him secondary, whatever that is.
Second degree.
Yeah. And he got like 35 years. Like, are you crazy?
Second is heat of the moment.
Yeah.
Like you're in a bar fight and you kill someone. First is you planned the shit out. And he obviously, he's wanting to fuck with her brakes and get her to look like a drive-by shooting and hang herself and all this shit.
So that's what I was thinking. Okay, well, they're going to get premeditated. So, yeah, why not life?
So, I mean, he might have, I don't know for sure if he got first or second. I don't even know if that's a thing in Texas. Sure. But he was given 65 years. He can eat a bag of dicks. And Kari's parents got custody of the 2 girls.
Well, that part has a happy ending.
That makes me happy. And we're in September 2024 right now. I looked. Matt Baker is housed in the Michael Unit Prison in Texas. And his next parole review is December 19th, 2039.
Wow. I was going to say, when they have that good behavior, I don't really understand how much time that lops off, but a lot.
In a lot of places, it's 1 for 1. Not everywhere, but if you're good one day, you get 1 day off your sentence. Wow. It's 1 for 1. So
that ended up being more 32-ish years.
Yeah.
Something. Wow.
But that doesn't mean just because he comes up for parole
that he'll get out.
He'll get out. I mean, I'm sure her family will go to the parole hearing and probably bring Bill and Chuck Norris and, all the people to the thing. So
that's more expense and more reliving it every time.
It is. And it's horrible that but at least they have
the right to do that.
Well, at least they have the resolution. He did it. He fucked up. He was a horrible person. We had a story not too long ago with another preacher involved, and I have so many things to say about it, but I'm not going to because I try not to make this like a religious or political platform.
Right.
So, okay. Let me tell you my sources. There's a show, I think it's on Peacock, called Prosecuting Evil with Kelly Siegler. Have you ever heard of her?
Mm-mm.
She's a very, I would say famous prosecutor in Texas. Okay. And she had a show that was nothing but cold cases that she would go into small towns and try to solve. Okay. And it was really good. Anyway, she's very smart. And she kind of narrated along with this particular show. And it was season 1, episode 6. It was called The Mask of God. Very fitting.
Yes, indeed. I
went to Wiki and I went to tdcj.texas.gov. And I saw a picture of Chuck Norris there. No, I did not. Okay. So that's the story of the preacher man and Chuck Norris. And poor Kari and the children.
Yeah.
But do you want to do some funny stuff now to kind of lighten the mood?
Can I ask one question first?
Sure. Ask as many as you want.
Do we know, because I'm always wondering, were the remaining children, supporting Dad the whole way through? Or did they come to realize, oh, Dad?
I don't know because they were so young.
Yeah, and sometimes they don't really share much about the children.
And also, I'm thinking that he had custody during all this.
Oh.
Because they didn't, he wasn't convicted. Right. They just had this,
it was just a suicide.
It took them so long to bring it to trial. So there was no reason to take custody away until he actually was convicted. They did not go into the children's behavior, but if I had to guess, he was probably keeping the children from her family.
Yeah.
He doesn't want any outside influence,
Yeah.
So
then you go through, the children had to lose both parents. And
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now on that sad note, some funny stuff sounds good.
Right. All right. So I went to abc7.com and I just pulled a couple of, I guess, stupid criminal stories.
Okay.
So this one's from Atlanta. A would-be robber found out crime is not as easy as he thought. Video released by Atlanta police shows a man, his hand in a bag, enter a nail salon and start shouting, "Everybody get down, give me all your money." The customers looked unimpressed. They stare at him and barely move or change their expressions. One customer eventually does stand up and raise her hands. When he confronts her directly, instead of handing over her money, she slowly backs out of the doorway. She's on the street now, right? She's like, free. Fuck you, bro. Let me see that gun in that bag. Eventually, the robber realizes he's not getting anywhere with this crowd.
Yeah.
He takes a moment to look around and turns and walks out the door. Police say he did swipe a cell phone from the woman who stood up and left, but it was later recovered. Stupid.
I think I did see that clip.
Did you?
Did you see it? I mean, he was like, he looked like, what's going? Why aren't these people reacting?
Yeah. Bitch, because you in a nail salon and we're getting our nails did and you ain't fucking with that. Like, you got to let them dry and you got to, nuh-uh.
Yeah, we're not
I could see a bunch of women in there being like, fuck you, bitch. All right, this one of the two is my favorite, and I actually have a picture to go along with it. Okay, this one's out of Buffalo, New York. A New York woman who was reportedly driving around. Oh, wait. I'm not even going to read the title because it's going to give the story away.
Okay.
Deputies with the Erie County Sheriff's Office pulled over Amanda. And I'm not going to say her last name because it's really hard. So we're just going to call her Amanda. Okay. She's 28. They pulled her over for driving without a front license plate. And the one on the back was clearly a fake. So I guess New York is one of the states where you have to have a front and back license plate. We don't have that in Louisiana. Was Washington like that?
Oh, yeah.
You had to have a front and a back?
Yeah, I got a ticket when I moved there for not having a front one.
Wow. Once they stopped her, deputies discovered Amanda was operating the vehicle with a suspended registration and no insurance. Amanda was arrested and charged with possessing a forged instrument, the license plate, which is a felony. She was also facing a misdemeanor count of operating a vehicle with a suspended registration and 3 traffic infractions. The fake plate was taken into evidence. Bail was set at $400. And I have a picture of the license plate. I'm going to hold it up to the camera. I'm going to hold it up to the camera first. And y'all, I don't know if you can really tell from this picture. That's cardboard with like a Sharpie marker. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show Harold. Cardboard with a Sharpie. Here, Sandra.
Oh, my goodness.
When you really look close at the picture, you can see.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm just going to... Penmanship is good. Penmanship is good.
It's not even, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she,
This camera.
Yeah, put it on her, Harold, so she can... What's it say at the bottom? New York State.
Empire State.
Empire State. Oh, she even went with the logo.
Yeah, she's got New York up at the top. Little drill holes. But it looks like when you get a case of Coke or something and it's got that flat cardboard under there.
Yeah.
You can see the folds in it.
Can you see the little round circles where the Coke cans are sitting?
Maybe.
I need a better picture. But y'all can go look it up online if you like. I found that at abc7.com. So if you'd like to see that picture in a better
resolution.
Better quality, better resolution, you can go check it out. So that's it. We're laughing now.
Oh, yeah. You got to love dumb criminals.
Oh, my God. They're endless amounts of, what do you call it? That they give us to talk about. Endless amounts of material that they give us to talk about. Yeah.
Fodder.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Well, hey, thank you for having me. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you. And Harold, thanks for camera switching.
Yes.
Chuck Norris, he said.
He wants that to be his nickname now.
Walker, Texas Ranger. We have a Chuck Norris book in the bathroom, I think. Yeah, we'll have to read some of those next time we are on the pod.
Maybe clean it first.
It's on a shelf. Okay. It's in a cabinet, so nothing touched it. I hope no one was reading it while. Yeah. Okay. Good point.
All right.
So we appreciate y'all so much. Please go to Patreon and help support the show. Patreon/grits. Go to Facebook. We have a Grits with a Side of Murder page, and we also have a private group. Grits group, family, friends, and fans, the Effers. Some people call us the Gritsters. The main thing I need y'all to do is go to YouTube and please subscribe. That's going to help us out in the long run. And we're on TikTok. We're on all the things. All of it. Yes. So
are you allowed to promote voting for yourself?
Yes.
Yeah, I have. Vote. Oh, good. Okay.
No, I have. I think by the time this comes out, though, the voting may have ended.
She will have won.
Yes, thank you. That's right. Yes, the Women in Podcasting Awards. So perfect. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
So, anything else? Am I missing anything? No?
No, that was good.
All right.
I mean, it's sad for some people, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we have to take the darkness and add a little humor to it because it would make us crazy if we didn't do that.
Yeah. So. And he got caught, and that's always satisfying.
Satisfying. So. Yes.
All right.
All right, y'all. Tell your mom and them to listen, and we're going to let Zydeco Mike take us out.
All right.